So, welcome everyone, and today's topic being everything is a story. Everything, absolutely everything. So, we hear a lot of times when people talk about Maya, we hear a lot of times when people talk about illusion, and then we don't know what it is meant to be an illusion. What does it mean to live in an illusion? And so, the whole point of it being that everywhere that you look, whether you look outside or you look inside, whether you look at relationships or what belongs to me and what doesn't belong to me, everything, simply a story. And what do stories create? Well, as we all know by now, stories create emotions. When we are watching a movie as well, what is it that happens as we watch a movie? If we are watching a comedy movie, we've got big smiles on our faces. If we are watching a horror movie, then we are actually scared while we are watching the movie. And so there is a creation of lot of emotions no matter what we are doing, no matter what we are watching. In the morning, I received these beautiful lines in game, which pretty much went like the story starts as soon as the energy enters the mother's womb. The story starts with the first breath, and the breath is not even that of the body. The story starts as soon as the energy enters, and then there is a weaving. There's a weaving of a story and a weaving of a story. And as we sit unawares, we sit deeper and deeper into every story. The story is being created by whom? The story is being created by our energy. Why is every story being created? What is the purpose of every story? Our birth itself, what is the purpose? Our all the things that we go through, the paths that we go through, the people that we meet, the relationships and the bonds that we forge, the bonds that we break, what is the purpose? Well, the only purpose of every story is to create emotions and for you to experience emotions. Your body has taken form, your energy has come in this form of the body to do what? To simply experience these emotions. Yes, that's the biggest and the only life purpose that you have. You might think, oh, that's a very stupid life purpose. But guess what? Really, the work is not outside. You didn't come over here to become the perfect CEO or the perfect housewife or the perfect mother. You actually didn't come here to become anything because you already are. You already are the energy. You already are the creator. You are the creator of your own experiences. If you are already the creator, then you are creating. So the whole life, what is it a collection of? It's a collection of short novels. Really short novels. But we have these novels. One is the family drama, and the other is the corporate drama, and the other is another drama or something or the other. But dramas and dramas playing out, and roles playing out, and then we sit and we constantly create emotions. Even if nothing is happening outside, everything is completely, totally silent on the outside. Does it necessarily mean that we are not participating in a story? Nope, not at all. We could be completely alone in the house, nothing to disturb us, and yet the stories are all playing out over here. And that keeps happening in unawareness and in awareness. But there is a difference. In unawareness, as the story plays out, we put all of our focus on the outside. We put all of our focus on what is happening outside in the universe over there. We can't understand that every story is simply here to create our emotions. Why? Because our focus is not on our emotions. Our emotions are within, and we don't realize that the work is within. And so we keep looking out, we keep running around. We keep running around in circles and circles to try change things outside, not knowing that the key to changing everything is right here in our hands within. So once we recognize that, the awareness game begins. When the awareness game begins, what is it that we are able to do? Are we able to stop the stories? No. The stories are not to be stopped. What is to be looked into and paused and stopped is our emotion. These emotions become choices. Our emotions, what emotion are we going to sit in, becomes a choice. An outside story is playing. My husband has left me. Let us say that's the story that is playing. Now, if a husband leaves me, and then what is it that I'm going to do? Oh my God, he was like this only. There was so much of problems with him for the past 15 years. I should have left him before he left me. Now, what am I doing? My focus on the outside. What am I going to do now? Now that he's left me, what am I going to do? Now again, where is the focus? The focus is on my action. What am I going to do? It's on the action. I need to consolidate these. I need to get my bank accounts in order. I need to make sure that I have finances. If I'm thinking all of these things, then where am I? I am in unawareness. And then what happens when we are in awareness? A story plays outside. My husband has left me. As the husband leaves me, what is it that I become aware of? Okay, as he is leaving me, what am I feeling? Maybe I'm actually feeling relaxed. Maybe I'm feeling relieved. And maybe I'm also feeling a lot upset. I should have done this and not him. Let's say that we are feeling just all of these emotions. Then where is the job to be done? The job is to be done within. And what is the job that I need to do? Only this, to acknowledge my emotions. The first job only to acknowledge my emotion. What am I feeling? As I come to this place of understanding that I am feeling rejected, or I'm feeling angry, or I'm feeling relaxed, I'm feeling relieved, no matter what the emotion is, first step always simply to be able to acknowledge it and then to allow it. It's already happening. It's already happening. You're already experiencing the emotion. No rejections are needed. Simply an acknowledgement of this emotion that, okay, this is the list of emotions that I am experiencing. As we experience the emotions, then the next step becomes available to us. We are experiencing now in awareness. What's the step? What's the next step? To stop this and to stop that and to run around? No, absolutely not. To change our frequency within. Understanding that everything is simply a story that was created. Every single story was only created so that you could experience an emotion. And so walk away from the stories and put your focus solely, only on this one question: what am I feeling? Your child hurt you today. You said something to the child, and the child hurt you today. Now again, no, he's being ticked off by his parents. He's being ticked off by his school teachers. He's not doing well at school. He's not doing this. She's not doing that. The focus simply outwardly on the child. Again, what is it that we need to ask ourselves? What am I feeling? I'm feeling responsible. I'm feeling the responsibility on my head. I'm feeling guilty that I didn't give enough time to the child. And now it's my fault that the child is turning out like this. Or rather, well, this child has gone on this other parent, on the partner, and therefore he's like this. Look at all the ways that you are getting into the story. All of these are stories. And why do I call them stories? Because there is actors around, and then there is a plot that's playing out, and that entire plot, you are thickly immersed in it. You are immersed in the plot. You are playing the role. You are unable to see yourself on the outside. And my whole focus again and again and again is to simply tell you, don't dive into the story. Put the story in front of you. watch it as a third party. Every single story that you have playing around you from now until the next meal, even as you are responsible for preparing the next meal, watch the preparation of the meal as a story. As you get ready to sleep today and your body is hurting, you are really, really tired, and something or the other in your body is giving you pain. Now, guess what's happened? The body is creating stories for you. Even your own body is simply a story. Guess why? Because you didn't come here to stay forever. You came here to experience some of your energies, and then there would be time for you to go. But no, now you want to extend the time that you are here. You're not happy going back. Your return ticket is not known to you. And now you are simply playing out more and more stories of fear. Oh my God, this ailment, I hope it doesn't get worse. Because if it gets worse, I'm going to experience X, Y, and Z. What are you doing through all of this? Well, you are helping in the story creation, but the way that you are helping is not serving you, because you are sitting in the story that's come from fear frequency. So when we watch the stories, we are able to see, if I'm going to sit unawares, if I'm going to sit unawares and be in fear, that story will create more of what? Only more fear, only more worry. But when I'm aware, a story that's playing out, and I catch myself and I understand, what am I experiencing? Fear. Then what am I going to be able to do? I am going to be able to exercise this choice. Do I want to sit in fear, or will I be in fearlessness? Well, I choose fearlessness. And so the next step always, that yes, you can tune in to the frequency of Meenal. You can be in this energy. There is a lot of abundance, a lot of masti that flows in this energy. And yes, you can tune into any other energy as well. Every energy is available. As a matter of fact, you are constantly moving into different energies by yourself, or with the help of some story player, some actor, or another. It's happening every minute of your life. I am a part of your story too. And here you are immersed in my story. You're coming to me that you're going to receive something from here. Guess what? You already are the entire pool of knowing, except that you haven't tapped in. So I become a part of your story to help you tap in. The universe in this time is playing in your favor. It's helping you tap into your own huge reservoir of emotions, of choices, of your own creation. And so this is playing in your favor. But there are many places where you create, and you create from unawareness, or you create in awareness, but from fear or from worry. And if you are doing that, time to catch yourself. At least if you're going to get into stories, make the story one with a happy ending for you. Why choose stories with sad endings and horrible endings for you? What's already manifesting in a story? It's already done and dusted. But what is going to happen the next? Where does the next turn come in that story? The next turn comes, you know, either you go unawares, then the next turn also comes from the same energies that you've been creating. Or if you've become aware, then the only question you ask, what am I experiencing? What emotion is the story creating in me? And now I change. You can change it. So tune into my energies and change it. It's that simple. Now, here's the thing, how long can you stay without jumping into the story? That's where your awareness comes to play. How long can you stay? 5 minutes, 15 minutes, or for 23 hours, and every 1 hour, you will run around for a few minutes. It's okay to run around. There is nothing right or wrong. As the stories have been created in the past, they will continue to get created in the future as well. In the moment of now, every moment of now, our job is only one, to stay aware. That's our only job. And from that place, Any action can happen, anything. But if we've become aware of our own emotion, that experience that we were to receive from that story is finished. It's finished. The experience doesn't require that you have to experience sadness for 28 days and 23 hours. No, it can be finished just like that in a matter of 5 minutes. Okay, I'm experiencing sadness. I allow this sadness. I experienced it. And now I can shift to Meenal energy. But when can you make that shift? When you are able to see that it is simply an experience. It's not somebody who has, betrayed you. It's not somebody who has cheated on you. It's not life that has been unfair to you. Somebody needs to do justice to you. You need to do justice to your life. It's all just a story, simply an illusion that is creating all of these ups and downs in you. What is the real work of our life? Just to create these ups and downs. And then when we become aware, like how every story starts to come to an end, every story starts to come together. It's a long novel, and as the novel goes on and on, there are parts included, roles finish, new people come in, and then what happens? And then the entire story starts to come to completion. If you are sitting here and listening, and you're listening to this long talk on awareness, then it's very obvious that your story is beginning to come to an end. How long will it take? Time doesn't matter. How much of awareness are you able to give? What frequency are you going to operate from? Are you becoming aware of the choices of emotions? That's the whole array that's available to you. Do you want to feel sadness? Do you want to continue to feel grief, or jealousy or joy? Whatever, the whole array of emotions becomes available to us when we are in awareness. Yes, sometimes I might even want to feel the sadness out of choice. I might want to experience sadness. But once I experience sadness, am I required to sit in it for the next 30 years? And I'm speaking, this woman who sat in the sadness of losing a father for 18 odd years. And I sat in that sadness and that story of me losing a father, me losing a father. And why did I have to lose a father that was so young? Why did he have to go away? That story occupied my brains for 18 odd years. And then I understood what the story was, and I was able to see that I was using that story to constantly create sadness within me. And then once I became aware of that, out went the sadness, and I chose to laugh. And now that I choose to laugh, that's my new story. That's my new story. And that's what happens more and more. If I'm aware that the story is making me experiencing fear and I decide to choose fearlessness, is it verbal act to say? So, verbal act to say. What is verbal? What are words? What language does the universe speak in? No, it is definitely not words. I can keep saying, oh, I'm fearless, I'm fearless, I hope this doesn't happen. Oh, I'm fearless, I'm fearless, I hope that doesn't happen. Well, what is your vibration as you are saying those things? So, that is when I ask you with one question: what am I feeling? The universe speaks in vibrations. So the verbal act doesn't matter at all till the time your energy is of fear, that I hope this doesn't happen. I hope that doesn't happen. That means you haven't brought yourself into a state of equanimity. That means that you haven't looked at both aspects. If this happens, it'll be really bad. If that happens, it'll be really good. That means you are attracted to and attached to outcomes. And when we become attached to outcomes, what happens? Well, sometimes the outcomes will be as we wanted. But even if the outcome is as we wanted, even if the outcome is exactly as we wanted, what have we created in this entire process of receiving that outcome? We have created fear, more fear, in that entire process by constantly saying, I hope this doesn't happen. I hope this doesn't happen. So even if it actually doesn't happen, but in this entire process, for the days that you are thinking about this outcome, you are creating in yourself fear, worry, anxiety. Is that fear, worry, anxiety part of your energy field now? Absolutely. Is that, energy field now even more filled with worry and anxiety? Absolutely. Is that going to play out at some point in time? Well, absolutely. So that's how energy works, not in words, but in vibrations. And that's when people ask me, what are the exact lines that I should speak when I'm releasing my fear? And I'm like, whatever lines you speak, if you are fearing that, oh my God, I'm speaking the wrong lines, or maybe I missed out on a comma, and now I missed out on a full stop, and now the lines are not going to work for me. I've had this question asked many times by one person, give me exact lines. Give me exact lines. I want to know the exact lines. And I'm like, it doesn't matter. You have so much fear that the universe is not going to play for you. It's going to play on the opposite side. You have so much fear that that is exactly what is going to happen. That's going to play out. Your fear is going to play out. So please release your fears and then speak to the universe. So release your fears is through the candle. Words don't matter. You do have to be looking at the fear. I am fearful of this, and if this doesn't happen, then what? So there's a deeper question that I ask. Each question is, what if this doesn't happen? And you're supposed to go deeper into that, look at your fears deeper, and then to release them. It's all about your vibration. It's about not rejecting anything, but allowing everything. Because why? What will it happen? What is the worst that will happen if something that you don't wish for happens? What is the worst that will happen from that story? Oh, well, an emotion will get created. Can you believe it? That's the worst that will happen. An emotion of fear, an emotion of panic, an emotion of sadness, no matter what. And an emotion of disappointment, an emotion of frustration, an emotion of anger. All of this will get created if something that you want doesn't happen. And when that gets created, what will you do? Well, the simple answer is, if it gets created, when it gets created, if you are able to see it beforehand, if you see it afterhand, no matter what, you know what to do with it. Release it. Release it and move to equanimity. Release it, move to the frequency of Meenal. And that's all. And that will automatically start to shift you. It'll give you a little bit more help. My energy already has equanimity in it. So when you become aware and keep moving your needle, you are sitting in frustration, and you move the needle, you force the needle to move to my energy, and then it goes back again to your frustration, and then you put it back again, and you do this every 10 minutes, every 20 minutes, as many times as you become aware that, oh, I'm again sitting in frustration. And then you move the needle back, and then what happens? More and more your needle starts to stay in this frequency itself. Even if it doesn't stay in this frequency, it's all right. It's okay for you to experience another emotion, experience that other emotion, and then come back. Come back to this frequency of Meenal. Say those 4 lines, do whatever it is that you need to do. So now moving forward, and then there was this other story that somebody was talking about. Somebody has taken money from you, and now they have disappeared or don't want to give it back to you, and now they're like, will they have conscious to return it or not? Well, who knows? Maybe you had the conscious to give it to them, and maybe you took their money away from them. Maybe that's the story that was created 50, 100 years ago. Maybe this time you are simply returning it. But what is the emotion that you are creating when that money doesn't come back to you? You are creating an emotion of, oh, this is so unjust. This is so wrong that somebody took my money and is not returning it to me. Well, guess what? Who knows? Who knows what you took from them? Maybe you took their child away from them. And now this is the way of you repaying for your deeds. I don't get into karma much because I understand that whatever energy that you created in that life, in every life of ours, whatever energy we have created, that's the energy pot that we carry today. And so, this is the time. Now that you recognize that everything is a story, don't get deeper and deeper into the story. Oh, they took money from me. When they took money from you, what emotion are you experiencing? When they don't return your money back, what emotion are you experiencing? As you think about all the money and everything that you could have done with that money, what emotion are you experiencing? As I had pointed out right in the beginning, that everything is a story and there is only one purpose of the story. What's that purpose? To create emotions in you. Surely, these emotions that you are creating for yourself, every time you think of some money that left your hands, firstly, you assume that this was a starting point. What if I tell you it's not the starting point? There is actually the repayment point from your side. Now what? Now, do your emotions change? If they change, what do they change to? Are you feeling thankful or not? Well, again, these are all stories. What emotion did you create? Go and release those emotions. Because as the story is playing out and the money is not coming to you, when the money is not coming to you, in this story, when the money doesn't come to you, are you going to sit in more and more lack? Are you sitting in more and more judgment of that person who took the money and not releasing it back to you? Well, guess what? There is nobody else in front. And so you are simply judging yourself as being a cheat, as being dishonest, as being something or the other. So don't judge yourself. Be kind to yourself by not judging yourself or not judging the other. And that's called being kind only to yourself. There is no other. So be kind to yourself and release these emotions of lack. If the money doesn't come from here, maybe it'll come from here. Maybe if you are good at receiving, giving, being in thankfulness, then the money will come from many other places. But what will happen every now and then? Your thought will again go back to that person. Yeah, yeah, I'm getting money from all these other places. But he is not giving me my money back. Well, your money was the one that you carried in the womb from the womb. How much ever money you carried when you came out, that's your money. Everything else is simply a transaction, it's simply a story. And a story will play out from one life to another. All the energy field that you are carrying will play out from one life to another. A life doesn't complete everything. Let us say you exit this planet with the same thought, oh, they didn't give me my money back. Oh, they didn't give me my money back. Guess what? This lack will be in your energies. And guess what? You will come back to experience that receiving of the money. And at that point in time, you won't even know that when you take money from somebody and you don't return it, it's actually because it is coming from another life and it is supposed to be repayment. Then you will sit with other emotions, maybe emotions of guilt. Oh, I'm supposed to return that money. And that's how this cycle continues from one emotion to another till we are able to see the story and walk away from it. So, putting all my focus on how to walk away from the story, one simple question. Each time, only that one simple question: what am I feeling? What is the emotion that I am experiencing? This whole story has just simply been created so that I can experience that emotion. And so now, if that emotion isn't bringing me joy, I'm going to release it. That's the only way to step away from the stories, the only easy way that I know. The second step to that you release that emotion and use it in abundance. You already, instead of sitting in lack, you sit in abundance. You come and sit in equanimity. You come and sit in masti. You say those four lines. I drop my mind. I am Meenal. I take energy from Meenal. I'm in the energy of Meenal. Blah, blah, blah. Whatever it is that you say in terms of words, not important. Not important. But you simply knowing that you are now taking energy from Meenal. And Meenal's energy holds a lot of masti, and you are consciously taking energy from that frequency. You are consciously moving your needle, not with words, but with your conscious awareness. You are moving your needle from feeling disappointed, angry, sad, resentful, blah, blah, blah. And you are moving here to feeling masti in the now. I don't even bother to get into the story. I simply focus on the emotion. What emotion am I experiencing? And release that. Work is done. We don't need to get into the entire consequences of karma, the reasons of karma, the expectations of karma. All of that can simply be released when I put my entire focus on this emotion. What am I feeling? You talk about releasing expectations, and your background says expect miracles. I love it. Absolutely. Yes. So, and I tell everybody expect miracles, and then I say release expectations. Isn't that such a क्या कहते हैं um, two different sides of the coin? Actually, not really. So I say expect miracles without expecting what the exact miracle should be. Simply expect miracles for the joy of it, and then you will find miracles everywhere. Simply expect them with the freedom of a child, the child who gets to look at everything with wonderment. And for them, for a child, everything becomes a miracle. For the child, a shadow is a miracle. For the child, the sun is a miracle. For the child, looking at a flower and experiencing all the colors in it is a miracle. And so expect it with that much innocence that a child has. So keep expecting. And then what happens with a child? With their wondrous, excitement of, wow, isn't that amazing? So for everything, when we have that, oh, wow, isn't that amazing? Then the miracles happen more and more. So when I say expect miracles, it would be a very long line, a long tagline. And if I was to say expect miracles without expectations, then I would have to do a lot of explanations. So here we are, expect miracles without expectations. You will understand because you've been listening to me for quite some time. And it all says don't pinpoint an outcome, that this is what a miracle needs to look like. Because guess what? It might happen, and then you would be shortchanging yourself. So allow it to the universe. And the only thing that you pay attention to is what energy you are doing, whatever you need to do. No matter what you need to do, you need to make a couple of calls, then simply expect miracles, but without putting an expectation of what the outcome of those calls should look like. You're going out for meetings, expect miracles, but not from the meetings. Simply expect miracles. And that's how you throw it open to the universe to show you what a miracle should look like. Okay, everyone. So close your eyes. That'll be easier. And take a deep breath in. In through the nose. A deep breath out. Breathing through the nose. Out through the nose. And simply thanking the breath. Thanking the breath. The breath is here, and therefore you are. With this breath, you are able to play out all these stories in your life. With this breath, you are able to experience the emotions. And so, simply thankfulness to the breath. Thankfulness in, thankfulness out. And now, as you take your next breath in through the nose, you will exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. And as you exhale, put all your focus into some emotion that is bothering you and the one that you would like to release. So, simply breathing in through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. I let go of my anger, or I let go of my sadness or jealousy, whatever it is that is causing separation. Deep breath in through the nose and a deep exhale through the mouth. All the focus on the breath, all the focus on the emotion that you are exhaling through this breath. Whatever emotion comes to mind, just exhale. No longer holding it within you. It could be one emotion, it could be many. And you will start to notice your mind going blank. All your focus simply on the breath. And now you will take a deep breath in through the mouth and exhale through the mouth. And as you do so, I take energy from Meenal. I am Meenal. I take energy from Meenal. I am Meenal. Fully aware, fully aware of her power, Meenal is. And now I am Meenal. And so, fully aware of my power, I am. Taking energy from Meenal in this now. Being Meenal in this now. And as you feel these new vibrations coming in you, this energy of Meenal coming in deeply through a deep exhale and inhale, this energy of Meenal now we will take to our body. And so, in this next breath, as you take the breath, think of a body part, any body part that you wish to send healings to. As you do this, as you take this energy of Meenal and specifically to that body part, you will breathe in two parts. Inhale through the mouth, a short breath in, and then a deep breath in. In this way, as you inhale in two parts, making the intent to send the energy to a body part, to an organ, wherever in the body you wish to send this beautiful energy to. Knowing that Meenal understands her power of healing. Meenal is aware of her power of healing. Meenal knows that she carries the frequency of healing. And so I am Meenal, and in this now, I am aware of my power of healing. And in this way, you will keep breathing in, two breaths in, and a single exhale out, all through the mouth. Putting all your focus on that body part, putting all your focus on the energy of Meenal, putting all your focus on yourself. And in this, if a doubt arises, then simply as you exhale, release the doubt. As you exhale, simply I release the doubt. Floating in this beautiful energy, simply faith, surrendered to this energy of Meenal. I am Meenal. Fully aware, I am. No separation between Meenal and I. This energy belongs to me. Being in thankfulness as you take your next breath in. Thanking the universe for everything. Thanking the universe for all your experiences. Thanking all the stories and all the story players in your life. Thanking your energies. Thanking your body. Thanking Meenal. Thanking money. Simply being in thankfulness. The mind completely empty at this point. Only the focus on the breath. And one last inhale. Be without breath for as long as you wish. And then take a normal breath and come back into the here and now. You are Meenal. Om Mani. You can do this exercise at any point in time whenever you need to have extra energy from Meenal, or whenever you wish to look at any particular body part of yours. But as you do that, even as you send energies to a particular body part, firstly, release the expectations. As you exhale, in that exhale itself, release the expectations of what healing should look like to you. That's it. Simply release expectations and release all doubt as well. Whether it is going to work or not is not for us to see. Our job is to be in the Meenal energies of Masti. Our job is to be in the Meenal energies of abundance. Our job is to be fearless. So, no expectations, no outcomes, no doubts. And then expect miracles. All right, then keep jumping with joy, and we will hopefully see you next Saturday.